Ladies and gentlemen, character is not defined by grand declarations or the moments when the spotlight shines upon us. No, it's forged in the quiet, unnoticed moments, revealed by how we navigate life's subtleties. If you want to understand the heart of someone's true nature, you need only look closely at 7 things. First, notice how they treat those who can offer them nothing, those who stand in the shadows of society's stage. Do they extend kindness to the vulnerable? Do they offer respect without expectation of return? It is here, in these acts of quiet humanity, that true character is first revealed. Next, watch them in the face of adversity. Pressure does not create character, it unveils it. When the stakes are high and the waters rough, do they rise with resolve or crumble into selfishness? Then, observe their priorities when they think no one is looking. Integrity is the commitment to do what's right, not for applause, but because it is right. The small, unseen decisions often speak louder than the boldest proclamations. Power, too, is a revealer of truth. Give someone power, and you'll see who they really are. Does it make them small, clinging to their status? Or does it expand their heart, urging them to serve others? Criticism, that sharp mirror, is another key. How does someone react when faced with it? Do they lash out in anger or defensiveness? Or do they listen, reflect, and grow stronger from the experience? Their response tells you whether they are governed by ego or by a desire to improve. Finally, notice how they celebrate the success of others. Do they rejoice in the victories of their peers, or do they bristle with envy? Genuine character seeks joy in shared triumphs, not solitary glory. These 7 lenses will reveal more than 1,000 words ever could. And so I urge you be observant, but perhaps more importantly, strive to embody these virtues yourself. Let your kindness be unwavering, your actions steadfast under pressure, and your integrity unshaken, whether in public or in private. In the end, character is the only legacy that truly matters. Make yours one that shines, not for the world to see, but for yourself to know. Ladies and gentlemen, let us begin with a truth that is both simple and profound. The way a person treats the vulnerable speaks volumes about their character. It's easy to show kindness and respect to those who hold influence or power, those who can reciprocate or reward. But the real test lies in how one behaves toward those who can offer nothing in return: children, the elderly, the poor, the marginalized. These interactions are unguarded moments, untainted by ambition or self-interest. They are a mirror to the soul. Do they meet the outstretched hand with compassion, or do they turn away, indifferent to the suffering before them? Do they lend an ear to the voiceless, or do they dismiss them as insignificant? True character is not displayed in grand acts meant to impress. It is found in the small, unnoticed acts of kindness, helping a struggling stranger, offering patience to someone who stumbles, or standing up for someone who cannot defend themselves. It is seen in the words chosen, the tone of voice used, and the effort made to preserve another's dignity. And here's the thing: kindness to the vulnerable is not just an act of charity. It is an acknowledgement of shared humanity. It says, "I see you. You matter." It reflects a deep understanding that everyone, no matter their station in life, deserves respect and compassion. So, if you want to understand who someone truly is, watch them closely in these moments. Observe their demeanor when they encounter someone society often overlooks. Notice whether they extend a hand, a smile, or even a moment of acknowledgement. For it is in these acts, quiet, humble, and sincere, that the essence of true character is revealed. Pressure has a way of stripping away pretense, peeling back the layers of composure, and exposing the core of a person's character. In the calm, when life is predictable and steady, it's easy to wear a mask, to project an image of poise and principle. But when the storm comes, when circumstances grow difficult, when stakes rise, and when the unexpected knocks on the door, that is when the truth emerges. Under pressure, a person's choices speak louder than any words. Do they stand firm in their values, or do they compromise for convenience? Do they react with grace, clarity, and courage, or do they succumb to anger, fear, or selfishness? Pressure reveals what lies beneath, unearthing both strengths and flaws that might otherwise remain hidden. In moments of adversity, some rise with a quiet resilience, showing fortitude and a steady hand, even as the world around them shakes. These individuals inspire confidence not because they are immune to fear or doubt, but because they choose to act in spite of it. Others may falter, their focus narrowing to their own survival at the expense of others. Their decisions in these moments can either build trust or dismantle it entirely. It's also in these moments that empathy or the lack of it becomes unmistakably clear. When someone is under pressure, do they still make room for others, or do they become consumed by their own struggles? A kind word, a helping hand, or a willingness to share burdens under stress speaks volumes about their priorities and character. When life tests you, and the pressure is relentless, you cannot fake your way through it. What you do in those moments defines you far more than anything you might claim in the safety of ease. If you truly want to know someone, observe them when they are forced to make decisions under stress, when there's little time to think, and when the stakes are high. Their actions in these crucibles will reveal the depth of their integrity, their courage, and their true self. The true measure of a person's character is often found in what they prioritize when the world isn't watching. In these quiet, unobserved moments, when there is no audience to impress and no external reward to gain, the choices someone makes reflect their deepest values and convictions. What do they do when the cameras are off, when applause isn't a possibility, and when there's no one to hold them accountable? Do they still act with integrity, or do they allow convenience and selfishness to dictate their behavior? A person's true character is revealed not in their public persona, but in the habits and actions they cultivate in private. Just consider honesty, for example. It's easy to tell the truth when doing so earns admiration or trust, but what about when a small lie could go unnoticed? When no one is watching, does the temptation to cut corners win out, or does the commitment to doing what's right remain unwavering? These private decisions shape a person's moral foundation, one choice at a time. And it's not just about doing what's right, it's also about what they value. In their solitude, do they spend their time investing in growth, in reflection, or in kindness toward others? Or do they prioritize fleeting distractions and selfish pursuits? The way someone uses their time when there's no external pressure or judgment speaks to what truly matters to them. This is also where compassion often reveals itself or its absence. Do they perform acts of kindness only when others are there to witness and praise them? Or do they quietly help others, expecting nothing in return? A person who does good simply because it is the right thing to do, even in the absence of recognition, displays a depth of character that cannot be faked. The choices we make when no one is looking form the essence of who we are. These are the moments when character is not just demonstrated, it is built. So if you want to truly understand someone, don't just look at how they behave in the spotlight. Look at how they act in the shadows when no one else is around. That is where their true priorities and their true character lie. Power has an uncanny ability to reveal the truth about a person's character. It acts as a magnifying glass, amplifying the qualities already present within someone, both the noble and the flawed. When someone is granted authority or influence, their relationship with power tells us far more about who they are than their words ever could. Some people see power as a tool for self-aggrandizement. They wield it to control, to dominate, and to elevate themselves above others. These individuals often lose sight of humility, treating power as a personal entitlement rather than a responsibility. They forget that true leadership is not about the throne you sit on, but the people you serve. Power in their hands becomes corrosive, eroding trust and fostering resentment. Others, however, approach power with a sense of duty. To them, it is a privilege, a means to uplift, to empower, and to create opportunities for those who might otherwise be overlooked. They understand that the strength of leadership lies in building bridges, not walls, and they use their influence to amplify the voices of others rather than silencing them. These individuals inspire loyalty and respect, not because they demand it, but because they earn it. But the relationship with power is not just about how it is used, it's also about how it is handled emotionally. Does power corrupt their sense of self, inflating their ego until they lose sight of their humanity? Or does it serve as a reminder of their responsibility to stay grounded, to remain connected to the people they lead and to the principles they stand for? True character shines through in the small, almost imperceptible ways people handle power. Do they extend kindness to those beneath them, or do they grow dismissive and impatient? Do they surround themselves with honest voices, or do they seek only flattery? And when the power they hold is threatened, do they cling to it with desperation, or do they relinquish it with grace? Ultimately, power doesn't change a person, it reveals them. It strips away pretense and shows whether their strength lies in service or in self-interest. If you want to see someone's true nature, look closely at how they handle power. For it is in this relationship, this delicate balance, that the essence of their character is laid bare. Criticism is one of the most telling mirrors of character. It tests not just a person's ego, but their capacity for growth, humility, and self-awareness. When someone is faced with critique, whether it is gentle advice or harsh disapproval, their reaction reveals far more about who they are than the content of the criticism itself. Some people respond to criticism with immediate defensiveness, seeking to shield their pride at all costs. They might dismiss the feedback, attack the messenger, or twist the narrative to justify their actions. This reaction is rooted in insecurity, an unwillingness to confront personal flaws, and a fear of vulnerability. It shows a person more concerned with preserving their image than improving themselves. Others, however, approach criticism with grace. They listen even when it's uncomfortable, and they resist the impulse to react impulsively. They understand that not all criticism is an attack. Sometimes it is a gift, a perspective they hadn't considered, an opportunity to refine their actions, or a reminder of the areas where they still have room to grow. The way someone handles criticism also reflects their emotional maturity. Do they pause to reflect, weighing the validity of the feedback? Or do they let their emotions dictate their response, lashing out or retreating into silence? True strength lies in acknowledging mistakes without letting them define you, in learning from feedback rather than running from it. Moreover, criticism reveals a person's openness to collaboration and their respect for others. A secure and wise individual values differing viewpoints, even when they challenge their own. They seek to learn rather than to win, understanding that growth often comes from discomfort. And then there's the aftermath. After the initial sting of criticism has passed, does the person take actionable steps to improve, or do they let the moment fade without introspection? True character isn't just about how someone reacts in the moment, it's about what they do next. Criticism, at its core, is a test. It's not about perfection or avoiding mistakes, it's about how one responds when confronted with imperfection. If you want to see the strength and integrity of someone's character, watch how they handle being told they're wrong. It is in these moments, stripped of pretense, that their true nature shines through. The way someone reacts to the success of others reveals the depth of their character. It's easy to celebrate your own victories, but true character is reflected in the ability to genuinely rejoice in the achievements of those around you. When someone else reaches a milestone, earns recognition, or fulfills a dream, their triumph becomes a mirror that shows the heart of those observing. Some respond to others' success with bitterness or envy, seeing it as a threat to their own worth, or a reminder of what they lack. They may downplay the achievement, shift the spotlight to themselves, or quietly harbor resentment. This reaction stems from insecurity, a belief that success is a limited resource, and that someone else's gain somehow diminishes their own potential. Others, however, embrace these moments with genuine joy and encouragement. They clap the loudest, offer heartfelt congratulations, and share in the excitement as though the achievement were their own. This response comes from a place of confidence and generosity, a recognition that celebrating someone else's success doesn't detract from their own journey but enhances it. The ability to celebrate others is also a sign of humility. It demonstrates an understanding that life is not a competition, but a shared experience. People with this quality see success as collective, a testament to what is possible, and an opportunity to uplift and inspire. Their happiness for others is rooted in empathy, in the recognition of the hard work, sacrifice, and passion that led to the achievement. In these moments, one's character is revealed not just by their outward reaction, but by the sincerity behind it. Is their praise genuine, or is it tinged with jealousy? Do they offer support and encouragement beyond the celebration, or do they fade away once the applause subsides? To celebrate another's success is to embody kindness, security, and selflessness. It reflects a spirit that values connection over competition, and it shows a deep understanding that another person's light does not dim your own. If you want to see someone's true character, watch how they respond when someone else rises. In that moment, you'll see whether their heart is filled with envy or with joy. Ladies and gentlemen, character is not built in the grand moments of life, nor is it revealed by polished words or public personas. It is uncovered in the small, quiet acts of everyday existence, in how one treats the vulnerable, how one responds under pressure, and how one prioritizes integrity when no one is watching. It is laid bare in a person's relationship with power, in their ability to handle criticism with grace, and in the sincerity of their joy for others' success. These 7 windows into a person's soul, these moments of truth, show us who they truly are. They strip away the surface and reveal the heart of a person's values, intentions, and humanity. But let us not stop at observing others. Let these principles guide our own lives. Treat those who can offer you nothing with respect and kindness. Remain steadfast in your integrity, whether the world is watching or not. Handle power humbly, criticism wisely, and celebrate the victories of others with a genuine heart. For in the end, character is the legacy we leave behind. It is not what we have or what we accomplish that defines us. It is how we make others feel and what we inspire in them. Strive to be the kind of person whose true character, when revealed, shines brightly and leaves the world just a little better than you found it.